Hello everybody, today we're going to be making a very staple dish in Circassian cuisine, which is Zataij, and it's a very nice layered peel away bread, and they usually bake it whenever someone new is coming to the house because that way everyone can share one big loaf because it tears away very easily, as you guys will see very shortly. Start off with your dry ingredients, just flour and salt and yeast, all in a mixer. And then also some avocado oil and 1.5 cups of water for your liquid ingredients, and go ahead and mix that on up. And you're going to be adding water intermittently as it continues to combine more and more throughout the mixing process. And on a side note, if you don't know who Circassians are, that's okay, because there are a pretty small minority right now. However, back in the day being, I want to say, the 18th century, they were native to the Caucasus Mountains in Southwest Asia. So they're actually Caucasian. You know how when you go to fill out demographic form and you have Caucasian/white? So Circassians are the original Caucasians, but they're not related to anyone from Europe or any of that. So it's interesting how that word changed over time. However, they have really good food, really good dancing, really good music, their own language, and it's cool that we can remember them and keep some traditions alive with bread like this. So it's super good. And anyways, once it's done mixing, you want to take it out of the mixer and chop it up into 4 equal balls so that you can have 4 loaves. And my mom says that the most important step while making this bread, it reminds me of making puff pastry a little bit, because you're going to be doing layers of butter, folding, and rolling it out again. So puff pastry vibes. However, main thing is letting it relax before adding the next layer of butter. So it needs to stay relaxed so that it becomes nice and fluffy and easy to break apart. And once again, the mixture that we will be putting in between each of our layers is going to be just ghee and butter. Preferably, this is going to be room temp, so just maybe leave it out for a little bit before you start making this dish, so you don't have to microwave it or anything, because that's gonna melt, not just be room temp. But yeah, so coat your surface that you're going to be working on with olive oil. And we're going to start flattening out the bread. So this is just one of the 4 circles my mom had cut. So repeat this with all 4 later on. But yeah, so take it out, flatten it with your hands a bit, then use a roller to really push out the remaining sides. And then take your butter ghee mixture and start coating this entire sheet. So try to make sure that it's very even and flat. So don't there's a word in Arabic, it's lut, which means just grab a whole thing and slap it on. So don't do that and have uneven peaks and rises and dents in that layer of butter. Make sure it is as flat as possible, so that when we roll it up, there isn't discrepancies in where things might, burn or not burn, or get too crispy or not too crispy, depending on how much butter is in there. You don't want anything to overflow either. So yeah, not a puff pastry in the sense that you're not folding over and making a million layers, but in that first layer where it's flat, that's what I'm trying to say. And then you're just gonna roll it up like a cinnamon roll and continue rolling once it's rolled up. And then once you have a couple of rotations in there, you're going to truly just curl it in like a cinnamon bun, but press a little bit flat. So yeah, repeat this process for all 4 of your doughs. Let it relax and proof for a little bit. As long as you want. I think my mom had it rest for about 30 minutes. Once again, press it a little bit more flat. And then roll it out slightly more. And my mom is just putting 2 because on each pan, because they will be rising and they are quite large to begin with. You don't want them all crammed in together. But once it's out of the oven, it should have these beautiful spirals in them. It should be very nice and crispy, and it's very easy to share. I remember the first time my mom made this, we all went crazy over it because honestly, it feels like eating a dessert. I think it's the butter that makes it so, it's not savory. Sorry, yes, it is savory. Makes it so savory, but it's giving like savory dessert, you know? It isn't sweet. Of course, we didn't add any sugar or anything, but it's definitely very good. And I view this as more of a dessert even. And look, everyone approves of it. It is very good. Look at this little mushroom they made as well with the cutout. But that's it. We hope you guys enjoy this Circassian bread and that you incorporate it into your breakfasts or whenever you're craving it. Happy Zataijing. Bye!